Hello. Please stop clapping for me, everybody. This is not my first Abolish Everything. It's fantastic to be here. But I was actually at the second ever Abolish Everything that Chandler Dean hosted in 1973, which we have an image of, I believe. Awful. Terrible. Thank God he lost. Today, I want to talk about something that's close to my heart. Porn. Now, my driving question, ladies and gentlemen, is this. Is porn good for you? Now, I think we all know the answer to this one. No. Studies actually show that women watch an average of 10 minutes of porn a week, while the average man watches 36 hours a day. Or I don't know, that was based off a one-man sample, but clearly, folks, this is time that we could be spending doing productive things, right? Productive things like reading, or maybe settling international disputes. Look at the races on that. Or perhaps most importantly, we could all be instead dissecting the symbolism of Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show to our very confused parents. Indeed, they not like us. But no, folks, instead, we're all watching porn. But porn, ladies and gentlemen, is not going away. Are there any college students in here? Exactly. The rest are watching porn right now. So, if porn is bad, but it isn't just gonna disappear overnight, then I happen to think there's only one solution, ladies and gentlemen. Abolish porn that's bad for you. Allow me to explain. Pornography is defined as printed or visual material containing the explicit description or display of sexual organs or activity intended to stimulate erotic rather than aesthetic or emotional feelings. Or if you are not a pansy, porn refers to videos of people boning. Now, the problem with porn is that I think it focuses too much on this. And I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it does not have to be that way, okay? Introducing educational pornography. Also known as e-porn, also known as brain tube. There are hundreds of thousands of opportunities for educational insertion in modern pornography that audiences would love. And it's not just me saying that. So, what would this future look like? Well, instead of teacher porn, right, we would have MIT quantum professor grilling a fourth-year grad student porn, right? What if, instead of orgies, we had seminars? Or, ladies and gentlemen, instead of unrealistic porn stars, instead we had Nobel Prize laureates Drew Weissman and Catalin Carrico going at it for 42 minutes. But folks, if any of these options are too complicated, I say we tackle the most neglected part of pornography. Nope, not that, sorry. The dialogue. With e-porn, we insert dialogue that will not only entertain, but also educate. Here, for instance, is an example of true regular porn dialogue.
Nurse, you gotta help me. I can't take it anymore. You gotta end my misery.
Mr. Green, are you sure you want to do this? I mean, there's so many reasons to live.
Like what? My health?
Well, music?
I listen to goth.
Well, I can't do this, Mr. Green. Besides, it ain't even legal.
Legal doesn't take the pain away, nurse.
Well, then take an aspirin or something.
I don't want any drugs.
Then how are we gonna do this, Mr. Green?
I want to go out the same way I came in. So come up here and sit on my face and take my breath away.
Leaves you wanting. Yes? Now, here is porn dialogue that was written after consulting a group of medical professionals from Beth Israel Hospital in Boston, Massachusetts.
Nurse, you gotta help me. I can't take it anymore. You gotta end my misery.
Your latest arterial blood gas analysis shows a marked decrease in your PaO2 and your lactate levels are climbing.
Fascinating. Tell me more, I'll take notes.
It's clear that your mitochondrial function is being severely compromised, most likely secondary to the multifocal microangiopathy we've been tracking.
That's valuable insight. Thank you very much. In full honesty, I'm already feeling improvements in my motor function.
So come up here and sit on my face and take my breath away.
That did it for me just now. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that one of humanity's greatest struggles is managing the dissonance in decision-making between our brains and genitals. They are just constantly at war. And ladies, but mostly gentlemen, with e-porn, we're no longer thinking with our brains. We're no longer thinking with our balls. We're thinking with both. I yield my time. I am not taking questions.
So me and Chandler, me and Michael, we've been watching Grinch Joker hentai recently, and we feel both dumb and strong. Thoughts?
I should have been prepared for that structure of question. Which volume?
I'm not taking questions at this time.
I'll text you in after. Yeah, all right.
If you're worried about porn being bad for men mostly, aren't you concerned that inputting sort of boring as hell stuff is just going to keep them on the porn website looking for longer to trying to find that porn that gets you there?
Wait, I want to break down the business motive of your question here. So they're watching more porn for longer?
Now,
as the owner of Pornhub, isn't that fantastic business for you, sir?
No, I love it.
The mustache was a give.
You're a fan. You're a fan of the Hub?
I'm a fan.
And
I'm
how
a fan
are you
of
liking
your work.
your experience?
I have a vinyl, if you could sign it after the show.
I have a special pen. Now, I'm happy to get the ad revenue. I'm just asking you, aren't you worried? If I'm watching now, look, it's tough for me to put myself in this situation, but I'm getting ready and I'm watching this porn you speak of.
Ew!
And then suddenly there's sort of a person talking about the periodic table and my pee-pee goes wrong.
I actually just wrote "I'm so close" 300 times. So I don't have any notes, but I did notice that you, thank you so much. I noticed that you have a Sprint as your carrier. Does that help?
No.
You also were texting your father on the Super Bowl, and then you said, "Let's talk in Thanksgiving." That is a long time.
Yes.
We have categories especially for people like you on my website.
I did just want to put this out that I have already copyrighted the name Brain Tube for a contraption I was making to turn ideas into smoothies.
And I already been jerking off to videos of people explaining stuff, so I'm way ahead of you.
Only on Nebula.
Sorry.
Everyone in here.
Now, speaking of jacking off,
Yes.
what was that porn video named, by the way?
And that's time! Hi, I'm Chandler Dean, and thanks so much for watching this segment from my show, Abolish Everything. And I mean everything. Beyond what you just saw, comedians on the show have abolished the dentist, varmints, beeps, stretching, speakerphones, cybertrucks, planes, confidence, liquid death, hoopla, and more. And if you want to see some of the funniest comedians in the world take on these topics, the only way to do it is to sign up for Nebula. Nebula is a creator-owned and operated streaming service that features early, exclusive, and original content from some of your favorite beautiful, brilliant creators. So if you sign up for Nebula, not only will you get access to every single episode of Abolish Everything, you'll be supporting a content model that supports content creators. Go to nebula.tv/abolish for 40% off an annual subscription. That's $3 a month. I'd say that's less than a cup of coffee, but honestly, that is much less than a cup of coffee. What can you get for $3 anymore? Nothing, except Nebula. So, join our radical movement and abolish watching my whole ad read without acting upon the call to action.